Now, when dealing with crabgrass, most of the control of crabgrass in the United States is done with pre-emergence herbicides. So many months before the crabgrass gets to large plants like this, we're actually going to be putting a preventative herbicide that is designed to prevent the emergence of seedlings from the soil. So you apply the product before the crabgrass starts to germinate, and when the seedlings germinate, they encounter the herbicide and it kills them. And so that's going to keep your lawn clean for a long time. Like you see, so in general, the lawn has a couple of issues. There's some yellow nutsedge, but for the most part, crabgrass has been eliminated in this lawn. Now, where are we seeing the crabgrass? It's along areas where there's disturbance. For example, right around this ornamental bed, we have evidence that it's been weed-eated recently. And right along this transition line, you see crabgrass plants growing in different areas. So what's happening is we're thinning our turf grass because of the weed eating. That's causing stress to the turf grass, reducing the competitive ability, and the crabgrass tends to survive and thrive in that situation. Now, I mentioned pre-emergence control of crabgrass. What products would we use to do that? For pre-emergence control, there's 3 main active ingredients that tend to lead the market. And I'll give you those names as well as the trade names that originally gave us those active ingredients. The first is prodiamine, which is barricade. Oftentimes in consumer products, you will see the name barricade associated with a given product because it's such an old name and a very well recognized name, but that's prodiamine, the active ingredient. The next would be pendimethalin, or pendulum would be the old trade name for that product. But it's also, if you're familiar with Scott's with Halt's Crabgrass Preventer, that contains pendimethalin as well. And finally, dithiopyr. Dithiopyr is the active ingredient in the product Dimension, and also Vigoro is another example of a trade name of a product that would contain dithiopyr. Those 3 active ingredients probably account for most of the pre-emergence crabgrass control market. Now we're going to apply those products, whether they're sprayable or granular products. We will apply those in the spring of the year before the crabgrass emerges. Usually you can look at forsythia bush as an indicator of when to apply crabgrass products. When forsythia is at 100% full bloom, but before the blooms start to fall to the ground, that's the ideal time to treat, because when about half of your forsythia blooms have fallen, crabgrass will be emerging in your area.